What is up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Talking Timepieces with Tony. I'm Tony. Today's Friday. Yay. Yay. Fork, man. What a week. But I'm glad it is Friday. I hope you guys all had a great week and are ready for the weekend. And we're here doing another Q&A. Today I'm wearing my Nomos Club 38.5 millimeter Club Campus manual wind. Awesome watch. Love this. Nomos is such an underrated brand. I've said that before. It's just that they're so good. All right, so Friday is our Q&A day. So for those of you who are new subscribers or whatever, don't know what that is, it's just every Friday I do a Q&A. So if you have a question that you want answered about watches or otherwise, just go ahead and leave your question in the comment section below, and it'll be featured on one of my upcoming Q&As. Most likely the next one, but you never know. All right, so let's roll the intro and we'll get started.
Talking timepieces with Tony. Talking timepieces with Tony.
Okay, first question comes from Metagirl. Hey Tony, I'm not sure if this comparison question is too much for a Friday Q&A or if it's better to incorporate it in another video, but what are your thoughts? Movement, overall design, materials, quality, value for money, etc. regarding the Omega Speedmaster reference 310304-25001-002 Speedmaster Moonwatch Sapphire Crystal versus the Zenith Chronomaster Sport reference, I'm not going to read the reference, and versus the Daytona reference 126500LN. And I hate to say this, man, I totally slipped my mind when you asked me this question. I meant to do a little bit of research on it. All I can say is we can keep the Rolex out of the equation because it's a new movement, you know what I mean? It's not really been tried and tested, although it's probably very similar to the last movement that was in the Daytona. But I can go with, basically saying that the Omega Speedmaster, my cats, is probably a META certified movement. It's manual wind. That's a downfall for me because I just don't like manual winds in a chronograph, like in a sport watch like that. I don't mind a manual wind in my Nomos, you know. So, Omega make great movements, you know. They do. The S&P 300, the movement in that watch, the 88 or 86. I can't remember the movement number, but it's just a really well built movement and very reliable and very accurate. The Zenith, I look at I don't think you can really compare too much to the Zenith. It's in the Chronomaster Sports, a 3604. It's the first Zenith chronograph, is the first ever automatic chronograph made. It can be argued, but essentially it's true. So they've got a lot of history, a lot of heritage. It's a very important movement for the watch industry. Obviously, Rolex used the El Primero movement in the Daytona. It's a 36,000 VPH movement at 5 hertz. It's extremely reliable, and it's considered one of the best watch movements in the industry. And it probably was considered the best movement in the industry for what it is. And, people can argue that all day long, but that's what I think. So that's about the short answer I can give you because I just didn't do too much research. So, if someone says, well, how can you compare and say Zenith is better if you haven't done the research on the Moonwatch? But you know what? The bottom line is just for the fact that it's a manual wind kind of bums me out. So, and I'm sure it's a really good movement. But also, I know that you've had several of these watches and they've got some issues with their quality control, I believe. Just saying. So thank you for your question, Metagirl. You're awesome. Next question comes from Strawn Robertson, 29. Question: I have a vintage Omega Genève from the 60s, formerly my grandfather's. Nice, dude. I wear it on weekdays. How often do you reckon such a watch should be serviced? I.e., do you reckon wait until there is an issue or get it done periodically every X and R of years, every so many years? I know the watch isn't worth much, but I want to keep in good condition for sentimental reasons. Thanks, man. Well, first and foremost, congratulations on having that watch. Keep it. You know, I have in the family an Omega watch that I had since I was like 12 years old, and my dad took it away from me because I couldn't take care of nice things. But you know, and that was the thing. I had it serviced one time. You know, it wasn't not running, but it wasn't running real well. So then I took it in to get it serviced. There's no point in just taking a watch in to get serviced just to service it. Vintage watches may be a little bit different. You don't want them sitting for too long not being wound. I'm going to assume it's a manual wind watch, so I would at least periodically wind it, maybe once a week, and just, you know, change the time and whatever, just to keep everything kind of moving. You know what I mean? If it just sits, then it's just gonna not. It's just that the you know, it's not like a modern movement, right? It's not gonna. It's like an old car, man. You got to run it. You got to keep it going. So I don't think you need to service it every so often, unless there's something wrong with it. If it starts losing time or just gaining too much time, then have it checked out, which will happen anyway because old movements do that. They need service. They're a higher maintenance type of watch. You know what I'm saying? But you know, can keep it. That's an awesome. I know you say it's not worth much, but it's priceless if you consider where it came from. You know. Thanks for your question. This is from Strider GMT. Do you think watch dealers can really tell if a watch has been worn even once? No, I call bullschnizzle on that, man. You know, these gray market TV show, gray market YouTube channels sitting there go, you know, we can tell if the watch is worn even once. No, you can't, dude. You know what? The bottom line is, you could have a watch and wear it and not get any scratches on it or whatever. Say you have a Rolex, and I'm just going to use Rolex, and you've had it for a few months and you've worn it, just say every day, but there's no scratches, nothing, not even a hairline scratch. And then you go to Rolex and you have them steam clean it in their steam cleaner, and now it comes out looking brand new, and then you sell it as a brand new watch. You could do that and they're not going to know. It's just that they're doing that as a way to say, hey, don't try to fool us and tell us you worn it, so that way when you get the watch you don't even try it on because you're scared, because you might think they know, you know. So no, for the most part, no. It's just a fucking tactic that they use. You know what I mean? It's gray market bullshit. But thanks for your question, Strider. This is from Gino816. I have fallen out of love with Rolex. ADs have ruined the brand. They have said themselves that they are a marketing company. Why do people go crazy for them when they aren't exclusive? They make 1 million watches per year and are an assembly line watch marker. I think you mean maker. Will they decline as a watch brand? What are your thoughts? Well, no. That's okay. You're partially right and you're partially wrong. You know what I mean? You make it sound like there's just some guys going down an assembly line making these watches. That's not how it's done. They're primarily automated. So yes, there's a lot of machine made, but they're all hand assembled at least, okay? What makes them exclusive, the fact is, if they're making 1 million, say 1.5 million watches a year, divided by the amount of people there are in the world, and they're more exclusive than what you may think, because obviously you can't get them, right? And they're being a little bit more choosy as to who has their watches now, aren't they? Except for this, you know, I mean, you're gonna start finding some models are easier to get now, but like the sport models, GMTs, Daytonas, and things like that are not as easy to get, nor will they be that easy to get, I don't think, in the near future. You know, they're a great brand. You know, they're like the perfect watch as far as how they're made. They don't cut corners. I haven't had one that's not kept like within the specs as it's stated at +2 -2 seconds a day. They're not going to decline as a brand. No way, dude. They're only going to get bigger. And so, you know, with that said, you know, yeah, they're not like Patek, where they make 40,000, 50,000 watches a year. You know, I get it, but yes, and they are a marketing company. Well, they're a non-profit company, but their marketing is genius, and they're just, people want them, man. So the thing is, the way that their marketing is causes that demand, and people want them, and due to the supply, it just so happens that that many more people want a Rolex than they want anything else, you know. And so that's the thing. That's where it comes into it. So yeah, it's more exclusive than what you think, and it's not as assembly line as what you think. But I understand what you're saying. And if you choose to not like Rolex because of that, then that's your thing, you know. And I get that too, because certain things can put me off of a brand as well. You know what I mean? So, but Rolex is not a brand I've been put off. I've had too much history with Rolex themselves, not personally, but with Rolex watches in my lifetime that, you know, so. Anyway, thanks, bro. Appreciate your question. Gino816. This comes from Jama Lahamad. Jama Lahamad? Did I say that? Jama Lamad. Hi, Tony. Hope this finds you well. I hope this finds you well. I really enjoy watching your videos. Thanks, bro. I enjoy the fact that you enjoy watching my videos. Much appreciated. My pleasure. I'm in the market for either a sub or a GMT Master 2. Which do you suggest in your opinion? Thank you, sir. All right, man. Just depends. What's your preference, man? The sub's a dive watch. The GMT's a flight watch, pilot watch. You got 2 time zones with the GMT. Actually 3. You can, you know, I don't have mine out here where I can show you, but the sub is, you know, it's one of those watches you almost have to have in your collection, you know what I mean? So if you haven't had either one of them, I'd recommend getting the sub first. And if you're getting it from the AD, then you're going to need to get a sub probably before you get a GMT. You may or may not, I don't know, you know, it just depends. So it's up to you. It's what do you like aesthetically wise, you know what I mean? What's going to suit your purpose? What do you do? What do you do on a day, not only a daily basis? What do you do as a hobby, fun? You know what I mean? It's like, you know, if you want to be a pilot or fly, whatever, GMT, although it doesn't, you know, it doesn't really matter. Either one is good, man. But that, you know, go with the sub. Go with the GMT. Yeah, I would go with the GMT if I were you. No, I'd actually go with the sub. Yeah, go with the sub. Thanks for your question, dude. This is from Mohammed Needs a Mama. Mohammed Needs a Mama. Mohammed Needs a Mothman. Mohammed Needs a Mothman. Dude, that from you. Hi, Tony. Great content. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. I'm enjoying your videos. Thank you. I haven't seen any Japanese watch brands in your collection. Do you intend to add one anytime soon? And if so, which model will it be? Cheers. I do have Japanese watch brands. I have Casio. I have Casio G-Shock. That's custom painted with stones on it and stuff. And I have another Casio. I think I've got a few. So yeah, I do have them, you know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just have what I have, and I like what I like, you know. If something's Japanese, man, that's all good. I don't care. I wouldn't buy a Grand Seiko, I don't think, though. Thanks for your question. This is from Barry Coombs 9192. Hi, Tony. Love your videos. My name's Barry from the UK. Hi, Barry from the UK. What's happening, Barry from the UK? I was just wondering what you thought of the brand Tissot, and do you have any of them? I know they are an entry-level Swiss brand, but what's your opinion of them? I don't consider them an entry-level brand. I don't consider any watch an entry-level brand. I just think that's a derogatory term, entry-level. You know, it means, like, if someone says that's entry-level, to me it just sounds like you're being talked down to. Until you can get into an upper echelon style of watch, then you can go with this entry-level Tissot. You know what I mean? Plenty of people that have money and everything you could want wear a Tissot, you know what I mean? Plenty of people that don't have much wear Rolex. Plenty of people, you know what? I just don't like to categorize that. I get what you're saying. You know, it's like when someone says an OP is the entry-level model of a Rolex. I get it. That's their entry price point. That's their lowest price point of getting into the brand. You know, I get it. But Tissot are awesome. And I've had several of them. I had a PRX recently, and I gave that away to one of my viewers. Yeah, Tissot are great at a movement, you know, yeah, they're cool watches. So yes, I like to sew. This is from, thanks for your question, Barry from England. Barry from the UK. This is from Michael DeMarco, 899. Great content, Tony. Thank you, man. How do you feel about Rolex ADs selling certified pre-owned Rolex at higher prices than gray market dealers? I was in Bucherer in New York City last month, and they have a massive selection. However, they wanted $27,000 for a GMT two-tone root beer. I was shocked that they are $19,000 max on the gray. I was fortunate enough to get one new a couple of days ago from an AD near me, but they're inflating their own pricing now. They are inflating their own pricing now. Congratulations on your root beer, dude. It's awesome. Glad you got it at the AD too. Look, man, the difference between, you know, people sit there and go, oh, the certified pre-owned sucks and their prices are da. Here's the thing. What you're paying is for peace of mind. Simple as that. You buy a certified pre-owned Rolex, you're gonna get a certified pre-owned Rolex. Gray market, you don't know what you're gonna get. You know, you're not always going to get ripped off, but there's so much bullshit on the secondary Rolex market, man. I would be scared. Look at, if you bought a Rolex, even, I mean, it could be from a regular dealer, but you get a certified or a regular Rolex, you know, from the gray market, and you get it home, and you wonder, is every aspect of that watch authentic 100%, you know? Is every part in that watch Rolex, you know what I mean? How's that watch been serviced? Has it been serviced? Again, it might be, if it's a new 2023 pre-owned, unworn, you know, then I'm sure you're fine. But, you know, you're essentially paying, especially if you're going for older models, you know what I mean? If you've got, with a certified pre-owned, I think the watch has to be 3 years or older, right? So essentially what you're paying for is just, again, peace of mind. You're getting papers, you're getting card, you're getting authenticity, you're getting a real, genuine, 100% authentic Rolex. It's peace of mind. Is it a lot of money? It is. I wouldn't certainly do it, because unless it's a watch I wanted that I couldn't get, that they don't make anymore, you know, but, you know, at the same time, but if it was, you know, if I was going for a 5113 sub and they had one on the CPO program, I'd rather buy it from the certified program than from some gray market eBay guy or something, you know. But thanks for your question, man. Tony, I've been trying to buy a Rolex OP36 in green. What would you recommend for me to be able to get this watch? Walk into a Rolex dealer, start up a conversation with the sales rep, tell them what you want, you know, build a rapport with them, you know. If you don't want to do that, then unfortunately you're gonna have to go on the secondary market, man. There's plenty of places you can go on the secondary market and buy a good Rolex. Bob's Watches is good, you know. I'll just, you know, but yeah, man, if you want to get one new from the authorized dealer, you know, you got to build a rapport with them. Okay, best of luck for you on that one. Best of luck to you on that one. This one comes from Watchstocks UK. I thought it said Watchstock Suck 4657, but it's Watchstock UK 4657. Love the videos, Tony. Thank you. Question for you: Hublot gets a lot of stick. What's your thoughts on Hublot, the brand, and the watches? Cheers. Okay, I'm not going to go down the hate trail that everyone else goes down, saying that Hublot suck and this and that. I fucking hate. You know, Nico started that whole thing, and every British YouTuber now is just on this whole like, Hublot suck because Nico says. I don't think they suck. I think some of their watches are pretty cool. They don't have any real history, and they have no heritage. That's it. They're just one of those watches that just came out and all of a sudden took every, you know, they're that Miami sort of flex watch, aren't they? You know what I mean? Some of them look cool, you know what I mean? But I get certain points that, you know, some of these watches that are $20,000 that use a $200 movement in them, you know, how can you justify it being $20,000, $30,000 when you got a $200 movement in them, and it's a very simple watch, you know? But, you know, they've gotten better. Some of their watches, you know, the tourbillons and the higher complications are pretty cool. I don't know if I'd buy one, though, just simply because there isn't really any, they're just not my style, but they're not bad. Thanks for your question. This one comes from Regina's Timepieces. Hey, brother, hope you're having a great week. Question: would it be a bad look to go into my AD and ask him to give me a walkthrough on my new Pepsi that I purchased on the gray? I'm on the list for a Batgirl currently, and I figured I would mention to him that I am still 100% ready for that as well, and just got this for now. Would you suggest not telling him this info? Fuck, dude. I wouldn't. It's kind of like, I mean, you get it. You're on the list for a Batman or Batgirl, and you go gray with the Pepsi, and then you go into your AD and say, "Hey, look what I got. Show me how to use it. Show me how it works." Find something else or another. Those watches aren't difficult to use. I mean, I did a demonstration one, but either way, it's an easy watch to use. Go on YouTube, find another video that says how to set or how to use a GMT on a Rolex, and just do it that way, and don't bother telling him. Just let things happen the way they should. That way you'll get the watch sooner. He could, depending on who he is, might just go, "Well, now you got your GMT, I don't need to get you another one." You know what I'm saying? Don't do it. All right, man. Thanks for your question. Last question comes from Stefan729. Hi, love your videos. Great content. Keep it going. Thanks. Love the fact that you love my videos. I will keep it going. I'm also a fan of the Zenith Pilot, and I'm thinking of buying the latest blue one. Simply amazing. I have recently read an article on the internet reviewing the Black Dial Pilot, and I've come across this comment. The 12 o'clock end of the strap has a tendency to disengage with a light touch, and during strenuous activity, this might become a liability. Since the Pilot is your daily watch, may I ask if there is such a problem of a loose clasp? Many thanks. Dude, Stefan729. No, I don't know anything about that. You know, I think what he's talking about is the 12 o'clock. You've got the push button here, and it comes off, right? So you have that button, and then that just snaps on, and it clips in pretty good. The buttons lays flush to the strap, so I mean, it could happen, you know. I mean, I'm not saying it can't happen, you know, but I haven't heard that. I don't know, man. Anyway, best of luck. Get the blue one if you want. Love it. I love my black one. So, all right, you guys, I appreciate everyone likes and subscribes, all that good stuff, and thank you, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace.